So does anyone have any more questions about home visit safety, that kind of thing?
No.
Because if y'all don't or don't have any other questions, I need to go into the interventions, kind of the meat and soul of our program.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is a time where I feel like you should ask me any questions. No question is dumb. No question is stupid, because remember, I did this for 2 years. So I know the ins and outs, the nuts and bolts of what is expected. Okay?
Sounds
Okay.
good.
So the meat and bolts of your program is one 30-minute meeting once a week with each child. Okay? You will be expected to do soft contacts every day with the children, which means just a hey, how you doing? You doing okay? And just go about your business. Okay, our main objective in the 30-minute 101 is to teach about attendance, teach about school and literacy, and basically you're trying to bridge the gap between the school and the child. Okay, how I first started was, it was a game called beach ball is what they called, and you write questions like, what's your favorite color? What is,
That's a fun game.
what do you like about school? And then you try to show engagement with the children and try to get them to understand that you're not there to hurt them, that you're not their friend, but you're an ally for them and you care about them. But one thing that I will say, you have to do daily data of everything you do. If they're absent, call home about it. If you meet with them for 30 minutes, write it down, or do the dots is what I call them.
What are dots?
Dots are, you just click on it. You go into Cascade and you just click on what you did, save it for every intervention, for every child, save it. And then you just do it as you go. That's how I had to do it, because if you do this weekly or daily, you won't get caught up. So as you're talking to the child, you know, once in a while, if you hear bullet points of what you need to log or intervene on, just do it as you're talking to them. Now that's not rude or anything. What I did was I told them I had to take data, and every once in a while I might look down from them. It was no disrespect, it was just record keeping of what was going on.
Gotcha.
So will we get like standard forms to collect our data, or are we just using anecdotal notes that we create ourselves?
It's a program called Cascade. You have
So
a
it's on a
login
computer?
and a password.
Oh, okay.
And there's dots of 30-minute one-on-one. You click that. Showed regular responses. Click that, obviously. I talked about school. You click that. Talked about attendance. Click that. Talk about careers. Everything you do, you log it. It's not that we're trying to baby you. It's not that don't think you're not qualified. It's just so we know what works in the program, what doesn't work in the program. And it's also a tool for you, because on the left-hand bar, there's a emergency typing. And if you feel like they're in immediate danger, you type that in. I get a phone call. My liaison person, he's not here today, unfortunately. He will get a text, and then we can give immediate services to the child if we see fit. I wouldn't use that unless they have reported abuse, severe abuse, bruising. It's immediate risk. Now, if they say mommy and daddy are fighting, that's not immediate risk. Now, school counselors and your FRC needs to be aware of that, but it's not immediate harm.
Okay.
So are we allowed to share information with other school people?
Unless, like, the attendance people, you need to share, are they out today, what's going on, all that kind of thing. Share your frisky things that he needs to know, or she, or whatever, because that's what they're there for. But you got to keep in mind these are children, but they still have the same rights as me or you would. Confidentiality is still in play. They need to know, oh, we can tell Mr. Tom, Miss Jessie, Mr. Jeffries things, because that's how they build relationships, and it is so important, because you got to keep in mind your demographic. A lot of times they're lied to at home, they are not paid attention to at home. You know, they go through a rough home life usually, and they need to know they can trust you. But they also need to know there will be times things will be told to keep me safe and keep me successful at school.
Right.
Can we go back to the Cascade thing just a minute? I'm not real good with computers. Would you be available to help me learn how to do that?
Well, tomorrow, which is day 2, my data analyst is coming, and that's all we're going to do.
Okay.
She'll have you step by step say, okay, log into Cascade. You don't have your login right now. She has all that, and she will train you how to do Cascade. But I'm severely dyslexic, okay? I'm not good at, like, writing notes and data. If I can do Cascade, Tom, you can do Cascade. You will be fine.
Okay, thank you.
Are we usually in there together when we do our data stuff, or are we just separate? Like when we finish one session with a kid, then we put in information, or you can wait till you have 2 or 3 sessions before you?
You need to log every session.
Okay.
1 or 2, I might let it go. You know, because I figure things happen, you forget. But if it's 2, 3, 4, if the numbers keep increasing, then I will have to call you, unfortunately, and say, where's your data? Have you been seeing children?
Okay.
Because I don't come into these visits usually.
Okay.
So I don't know if you're out playing golf, sir. I wouldn't know if you're watching TV. I wouldn't know what's going on without the data.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, the data is kind of a leap of faith thing. I trust you. But there's really no way of knowing if you're seeing these children or not. We go on the data for everything.
Okay.
Now, again, I want to commend you for your year of service commitment. I want to commend you for your respect. And I want to thank you for coming today. And if you have any more questions, now's the time to ask, but unfortunately, I only have a couple minutes.
I think I'm good. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Ready?
You think you're ready?
I think so.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
This will be good.
Thank you.
And don't worry about it. You all will be fine.
Well, we'll have you to stay in touch with us and
Sure.
there to answer questions for us, so that'll help out.
And obviously you see other members in this room. They're here to help you as well. Joe here is a 2nd member. Callista is a 3rd member.
Okay.
You're a member, so she's done this a lot longer than you have.
Okay. So will we meet maybe like once every 2 weeks or
Yes.
once a month or
We have a
something?
monthly meeting here at Neighborhood Place, and we go over skills and different things you need.
Okay, so we'll get a chance to talk about some of the things that we're seeing at our
Yes.
schools.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay, we're ready.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.